Well, welcome this afternoon to the University of Strathclyde's Barony Hall, which I'm sure you'll agree is a great venue for the celebratory event we're about to have. So we're about to graduate our recent cohort of students. So this is a great celebration for us. And very shortly, when the ceremony begins formally, you will see your friends, classmates, family and loved ones cross the stage as graduands, as they are just now, and I will cap them, which turns them into the most recent graduates of the University of Strathclyde. And this is an ancient tradition and approach that goes back to China, and we use that to mark this occasion of your transformation into being a graduate of the University of Strathclyde. So we are very much looking forward to doing that this afternoon. But also today is a very special day as well, because we use these graduation ceremonies to celebrate those in our community and those of our graduates who have achieved significant achievements, who have delivered a lot of value to society, and who we are very proud of. And today we are awarding our Alumna of the Year to Zara Mohammed. So that will be part of the ceremony today. So we're looking forward to doing that as well. And while this seems quite a formal environment, what I really want to start by saying is, please relax and enjoy yourselves. You're here to celebrate, and as your classmate, as your friend, family, or loved one comes across the stage, please feel free to make sure they know you're here and to celebrate their achievement. So I'd now like to declare this graduation ceremony formally opened, and I'm going to invite the presentation of our Alumna of the Year.
Executive Dean, I have the honour to present to you Zara Mohammed as the Alumna of the Year. Zara obtained a BA Joint Honours degree in Law and Politics in 2013 and an LLM in Human Rights Law in 2015. Zara embodies Strathclyde values and is a role model for those who aspire to be successful in public life by being as socially inclusive and progressive as possible. Zara has demonstrated boldness and ambition in her career. As the Secretary-General of the Muslim Council of Britain, she pursues collaboration to achieve a more diverse and understanding society. As the most influential Muslim organisation in the UK, the Muslim Council of Britain looks to empower British Muslim communities and to engage with wider communities for the common good and an equal, modern Britain. Zara became the MCB Secretary-General after a successful career in consulting with a focus on diversity and inclusion, and a former role as Head of Communications for the Muslim Council of Scotland. Zara had also previously been the President of the Federation of Student Islamic Societies, the first female president in the Federation's history. Zara's election to the post of MCB Secretary-General as the first female, the first Scot, and the youngest to hold the office attracted enormous attention, and she more than rose to the challenge. Zara steered an ambitious programme of helping the UK's Muslim communities through the health, psychological, and economic impact of the COVID pandemic. Zara has also focused on tackling inequality and prejudice. When the 2022 census revealed that 39% of Muslims lived in the most deprived areas of England and Wales, Zara condemned the stereotypes that obscure the realities of people living in intergenerational cycles of poverty. She fights Islamophobia and the dehumanisation of British Muslims, emphasising that Muslims are part of British society. At the time of her appointment as MCB Secretary-General, there was surprise regarding Zara's youth and the fact she was a woman. Well-wishers expressed their congratulations and in the next breath said, "This is big." As Zara said, the bigger they raise you up, the bigger the fall. However, Zara more than delivered on her promise, and she was elected unopposed for a second term in spring of 2023. While Zara carries out her MCB duties with a great deal of seriousness, the role does come with certain unexpected perks. Notably, Zara was featured in British Vogue as one of the 25 most powerful and inspiring women in the UK. I'll leave it to Zara to confirm if she sees a future in fashion for herself. Zara's experience of Strathclyde was immensely rewarding. Her involvement in the Islamic Society, her campaign for the Strathclyde Union presidency, and her memorable oration at the reopening of Strathclyde chaplaincy all highlighted Zara's potential. Her advocacy skills shone in legal mooting competitions, notably in front of Supreme Court Justice Baroness Brenda Hale. Within a decade, the circle was nicely closed when both Zara and Baroness Hale were honorees at a summit of the most influential British women. Unsurprisingly, Baroness Hale remembered Zara. Zara focuses on challenging stereotypes, particularly about the role of Muslim women. She's attributed much of her success to one particular Muslim woman, her mother Kausar, who started working when Zara was born because she wanted her little daughter to have a powerful role model. Kausar's trailblazing efforts bore great fruit, and we are delighted that she is able to join us today. Zara hails from Glasgow and as a proud Scot cherishes this identity, noting that it imbues us with determination, bestows resilience, and ingrains an outwards gaze as we look for inspiration and to see where we can contribute. One of Zara's undergraduate classes at Strathclyde was entitled International Relations Theory in a Global Age, Rethinking Key Concepts. There is perhaps no better summary of Zara's achievements and ongoing ambitions for making the world a better place. It is with great pleasure, therefore, Professor, that I ask you to present the Alumna of the Year Award to Zara Mohammed.
Thank you so much. It is such a tremendous honor to be standing here with all of you today, squeezing me into your graduation. I think there's nothing more terrifying than hearing someone giving you so many compliments while having to stare at the audience. For those of you who don't know me, I stumbled into Strathclyde University perfectly confused and not terribly confident about where I was going to end up after I left. But what I found was a place where all my differences, obscurities, and fascinations were met because I skipped and joined every single society. I ran for student union president. I was really involved in my classes and also really distracted and socializing. But more importantly, I found out that I actually was a bit of a leader. And I remember my first public speaking gig in my psychology class of 500 students, in which I really just didn't want to make this announcement, but found myself speaking in front of 500 people with my heart racing and everybody clapping and finding out that, oh, maybe I could do public speaking. It's been a long time since I've been at Strathclyde, not really that long, but the journey took me to become the first female Secretary General of the Muslim Council of Britain, elected at 29, with my predecessors averaging around 55 years old, also the youngest. And when you're a young person at the helm of being the most senior representative of Muslims in the country, it's a little bit of a tough job. I was elected in a pandemic, and found myself in rooms and spaces in which I really was the only person like me. The youngest, the first female leader, this wonderful Scottish accent, from the United Nations to Vogue with Vivienne Westwood, to Live on 5 at Sky News in my mum's house, to the front page of The Guardian, to some really difficult and hostile interviews, to dealing with crisis and people looking to me for advice and leadership. And I had to find it in myself. I guess what Strathclyde really taught me was to believe in myself and my potential. Currently, I lead teams, I lead an organization, and people look to me. And I guess what I wanted to do today was to share my award with all of you, because I still can't really believe that I'm getting it. And that is that whilst you might see yourself as just another person in this room, or maybe someone who's received a degree for the first time in your family, or successively with many family members, that people are looking to you in your sphere of influence to do something. And when people say to me at the age of 29, why on earth would you want to become a public figure and have so much negative and positive attention? I said, well, isn't it about time? Maybe some of us should step forward and, dare to put our head above the parapet. Maybe some of us should step forward and be part of that change. And I've heard plenty of people tell me that it's not possible, Zara, nothing's going to change. The world is hopeless. What's the point? And I said, well, if we all had that attitude, nothing would change. When I was elected, I had a journalist say to me, many people that have your position are much older and much wiser. Do you think you have the wisdom to do the job? And I said, well, I've got the energy and the drive, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to learn. And guess what? Wisdom comes with experience. And what I found in myself was a bit of Scottish power and fire, that it didn't really matter what anybody thought of me, so long as I believed in myself. And I had my mum and my family. So my message to all of you is that you'll never really know where you're going to end up. Maybe don't worry about that too much. Instead, focus on the person that you want to be. As it doesn't matter so much what we change, but who we become in that process. There's a lot of people looking up to you, beside you and around you, and keep those positive forces always around you, because it was the people in Strathclyde that pushed me to keep going and pushed me to do more. And finally, that no matter how difficult times are, and they are very terribly difficult right now, that actually we need some positive voices, some shining lights, some faith, some resilience, and to remember to cherish all that we have and to be grateful for every opportunity. And I am immensely grateful for today, for the opportunity, for my family, for the university, my lecturers, and to all of you, congratulations. Thank you so much, Strathclyde, for making my day.
Associate Principal and Executive Dean, in the name of the University and by the authority of Senate, I present to you these students. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, for research in the Department of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering, Shima Dayarian. Kenneth MacLeod. Wasim Waris. For the degree of Master of Science in Advanced Mechanical Engineering, Kumail Abbas. Abdulaila Mohamed Asiri. Elias Jaffor Dabor. Hrithik Vardin Rao Sinde Damaragida. Ekbe Agbonomwere Ede. Emile Paul Emmanuel. Furkan Ahmed Khan. Danus Manchadi. David McFadden. Lewis Minter. Ashutosh Pandey. Dheeraj Ragha. Azhar Mohammed Pillai Sakir. Astakon Santiponvit. Sean Kirialua Segun Tuli. Sanjay Vishal Shanmugan. Nitish Sharma. In Advanced Mechanical Engineering Online Learning, Yang Liu. In Advanced Mechanical Engineering with Aerospace, Shem Savio Afonso. Daniel Bulawatife Akinwumi. Naveen Bhagavatula. Tushar Tapan Das. Alan John Francis. Pratik Rakesh Jha. Avinash Katungal Saji. Rashil Midha. Wasim Walid Wada. Yangnik Chichyama. In Advanced Mechanical Engineering with Power Plant Technologies, Mohammed Bart Saleh Isangandri. In Satellite Data for Sustainable Development, Lily Rose Bell. In Sustainable Engineering, Renewable Energy Systems and the Environment, Faith Umbongo Banda. Matthew John Bruce. Thomas Cameron. Sunny Kane. Chilufia Chintini. Joanna Ayman alias Haddad. Ajmal Mahdeen Akbar. Francis Okimute Ogfere. Lester Riego Pelayas. Abhinav Pukrial. Kittipat Punjaruat. Callum Michael Thame. Isaac James Whitelaw. For the degree of Master of Engineering in Aeromechanical Engineering, Joseph Graham Watt. In Mechanical Engineering, Adil Iltaf. In Mechanical Engineering with Aeronautics, Kane David Robertson. In Mechanical Engineering with Financial Management, Eilis Kraria. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Aeromechanical Engineering, Mohammed Moaz Ahmed. Rose Elizabeth McCarty. Bradley Scott. In Mechanical Engineering, Amor Ihab Ibrahim Ahmed Farag. Harvey Dunbar Smith. Lucy Jane Gray. Vaibhav Kakar. Adam Kravchuk. Ali Maher Ali Mohammed El Gabali. Max Baird. Samuel Robert Cartmel. Tamish Rora. Isaac Edward Tyler. Subramani Sinha. Craig Allardyce. Rebecca Brooks. Chun Yin Anthony Chow. Saran Gopal. Callum Joyce. Douglas James McMicken. Ferdinand Velázquez Sanchez. Samuel Joshua Sheridan. Jamie Milne Smith. Elizabeth Tees. For the degree of postgraduate diploma in Advanced Mechanical Engineering, Arunima Tapan Das. Abhishek Dattatray Karp. Rahul Royston Mascarenas.
Associate Principal and Executive Dean, in the name of the University and by the authority of Senate, I present to you these students. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for Research in Law, Chiwin Mali Kamaral. Ronald Cullen Kerr Welsh. For the degree of Master of Laws, Courtney Elizabeth Ramage O'Connell. In Construction Law, Paul Evans. Tommy Flaherty. Gail Patterson. In Information Technology and Telecommunications Law, Stefan Vincent. In International Commercial Law, Shivan Prashar. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Law and Politics and International Relations, Catherine Erin Shannon. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws, Aidan Fisher. Andrew Devlin. Jack Hewley Grant. Courtney Johnson. Lauren Jane Kerr. Khadija Awez Chauhan. Kalsoum Amir. Berfin Duru. Alexander Blair Haswell. Philip Sweeney. Elaine Williamson. In Clinical, Lauren McVicker. In Scots and English Law, Alice Thirsk. Abby McCaffer. Reese Thompson. Courtney Leigh Taylor. For the degree of postgraduate diploma in professional legal practice, Aisha Amir. Zalsha Haji Abbasi. Jamie Michaela Will Adams. Zoe Adamson. Zainab Ahmed. Erin Aitchison. Umar Farouk Ali. Zara Ali Razai. Fatima Anwar. Rebecca Sarah Al-Halif. Erin Graham MacDonald Boyd. Anna May Catherine Boyle. Scott Ford Briggs. Cameron Duncan Broom. Emma Bruce. Daria Deruga Burton. Ava Elizabeth Cadenhead. Prathip Raj Chandra Raja. Callum Clark. Charlie Francis Call. Katrine Allison Maitland Cowie. Stephen Craney. Rebecca Jessica Ann Crawford. Eva Marie Curran. Robin Cuthbertson. Lisa Devaney. Shan Dolan. Paul Gerard Farrell. Olivia Jane Fall. Niamh Finnegan. Alistair Robert James Flett. Annabelle Elizabeth Fraser. Caitlin Fraser. Rebecca Claire Gale. Alexander McTeer Jerry. Angus Van Gill. Roma Eles Corgill. Aileen Gordon. Taylor Hadrow. Shannon Maureen Hamill. Sarah Hamilton. Nicole Hampson. Olivia Catherine Harvey. Michael Higgins. Hazel Rebecca Hiram. Tegan Horn. Aksa Rabab Hussan. Sohail Idris Jafar. Apologies. Jennifer Jameson. Chloe Marie Jenkins. Ramsey Kershaw. Christopher King. Stephen Knox. Suzanne Lane. Kiara Lennon. Ronan James Leslie. Daniel Joshua Layden. Daniel Lynch. Katrina Lorna McBean. Erin McDonald. Amy Mackey. Alison McNichol. Orla Teresa Madine. Nicola Janet McGuire. Alicia Sultanic Malik. Emily Martin. Alicia Jane McAllister. Gemma Louise McBride. Graham McClumpha. Rachel McCormick. Taylor Elizabeth McCreary. Louise McGee. Michael Joseph McGuinness. Melissa Ann McKillen. Connor McLeod. Fraser Meehan. Alan James Miller. Blair Hugh Miller. Paul Richard Morgan. Karolina Nowicki. Hannah Lauren Nichol. Melissa Allegra Nielsen. Kyle William Ogden. Ifweko Joy Okambawa. Rachel Pollock. Michelle Pretorius. Katrina Proctor. Aisha Kazakel. Erin Quinn. Harriet Ray. Taylor Natalie Reed. Charlotte Maria Richmond. Madison Robb. John Roger. Sophie Elizabeth Rook. Fiona Rusi. Carmen Rowett. Daria Vittoria Sassarini. Anna Louise Saunders. Bethany Jane Sharp. Catherine Margaret Short. Miriam Shufak. Anmol Sadiq. Anna Claire Smith. Caitlin Erin Smith. Thomas Snodgrass. Alana Georgia Somerville. Brandon McGee Stein. Rayanu Sean Taggart. Syra Tariq. Erin Thompson. Mia Tolentino. Audrey Bryan Valdevela. Claudia Vangerden. Claire Welch. Adam Scott Wilson. Mina Wright. For the Master of Laws in Construction, Cameron Sinclair. And finally, for the Postgraduate Diploma in Professional Legal Practice, Scott Stewart Anderson Jones.
So it's Master of Science, Sustainable Engineering, Renewable Energy Systems.
And one more. For the degree of Master of Science in Sustainable Engineering, Renewable Energy Systems and the Environment, John Nwakwandwo Chijoki.
Well, everybody, let's give the class of 2023 a round of applause. So once again, please let me extend a warm welcome to you all on this special day, which marks the culmination of several years of hard work and dedication for our new graduates. All of our graduates here today have shown great resilience, adaptability and determination to arrive at this day, particularly given the challenges we've all faced over recent years. For those of you graduating in the presence of your loved ones, this is a moment of great pride. Your family, your friends and supporters have undoubtedly played a crucial role in your journey. So let's take this opportunity in this moment to acknowledge and applaud them for the support they have given you. Likewise, we're very proud of our dedicated staff who have worked tirelessly to provide you with an exceptional educational and student experience. And your success is a reflection of their commitment. Graduates, let us take a moment to show our gratitude and appreciation to the staff that have helped you to get to this point. Once the ceremony is concluded, we'll leave this hall in an academic procession, signifying that you are now full members of the Strathclyde academic community. And this now numbers over 200,000 worldwide. And Strathclyde was founded in 1796 during the Scottish Enlightenment through the bequest of Professor John Anderson, who, believing in knowledge for all for the greater good, wished to establish a place of useful learning. At Strathclyde, we've remained faithful to this founding principle, which continues to guide us today as we strive to make a positive impact on society and the world. We're a research-intensive university committed to creating new knowledge and understanding to tackle the challenges of our times. Through our groundbreaking research, we are contributing to a better world. At Strathclyde, our research and our impact is wide-ranging. Our scientists and researchers are leading the development of innovative technologies that will facilitate the transition from fossil fuels to the clean, sustainable energy sources, such as wind, solar and hydrogen, that will power our future world and tackle climate change. We're developing new drugs using new digital manufacturing processes that will provide cheaper, more effective treatments in the fight against cancer, kidney diseases and inflammatory diseases, while also helping our health services evolve to face the challenges of health and social care and the changing demographics of the 21st century. And through our focus on entrepreneurial education, Strathclyde Inspire, we are helping students and staff to create new businesses with sustainability in mind, which are creating jobs and supporting economic growth. We're also at the heart of leading the revitalisation of this part of our city through the Glasgow City Innovation District. And this is bringing companies both large and small here to work together with the university to create new ideas, new technologies and new solutions to a range of problems across key research clusters, including health tech, financial technology, space and quantum. And much of this is based within our Technology and Innovation Centre. And in the near future, we'll be building another innovation centre named in honour of one of our most successful alumni, the businessman Dr. Charles Hwang, who donated $50 million to Strathclyde, which was an extremely generous gift and our largest ever. And it was given in recognition of the role this university and the lecturers and the staff in it have had in his success. So £30 million of this gift will be used to support this new sustainable building, a key part of the university's technology and innovation zone, allowing more businesses to co-locate with the university and improve productivity, to develop world-class talent, research and technology, and accelerate inclusive for everyone economic growth. We're also growing Scotland's manufacturing capabilities as part of the fourth industrial revolution, Industry 4.0, which will see digitalisation, automation and artificial intelligence transform the sector and provide huge economic and employment opportunities. And much of this work is taking place in the Advanced Manufacturing Innovation District, Scotland, near Glasgow Airport, where the National Manufacturing Institute Scotland facility, operated by Strathclyde, officially opened earlier in the summer. And as you leave, if you go on flights from Glasgow Airport, look for the large purple building with a serrated roof, and that's where we are undertaking our advanced manufacturing work now. We also work to inform public policy on national economic strategy, education, productivity and workplace strategies through our various research institutes. Through our Centre for Sustainable Development, our globally minded staff and students are working, co-creating solutions with our global partners across academia, civil society and the public and private sectors to secure real-world impact and to tackle the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. In pursuing our vision, we understand the value of successfully working in partnership with business, government and the third sector to make a difference. And we extend our global reach through academic partnerships with the likes of Stanford University, New York University, Tsinghua, Nanyang Technological University and the National University of Singapore, to name but a few. But in addition to that, as a university, we are continually working to enhance our student experience, investing in our campus and student experience, as evidenced by our new Strathclyde Sport and Learning and Teaching buildings, and investing in health and well-being services, always putting our students at the heart of everything we do. And we're very pleased to note that our progress and efforts in all of these areas have been greatly recognised in recent years with a host of awards. We became the only university to win the Times Higher Education UK University of the Year twice. And we've also been named the Business School of the Year, Workplace of the Year and Research Project of the Year in recent times. And earlier this year, Strathclyde was named Scottish University of the Year 2024 and runner-up as UK University of the Year in the inaugural Daily Mail University League tables. Alistair McCall, who compiled the rankings, and who previously was responsible for the Sunday Times Good University Guide and League Table, described Strathclyde as the epitome of a progressive 21st century university, seeking to shape and change society for the better through the pursuit of educational excellence and social change, and still a place of useful learning, just as it set out to be more than 200 years ago. Furthermore, in June, Strathclyde was named European Entrepreneurial University of the Year at the EEE Awards. These awards reflect the quality and breadth of our activities in our university across all faculties. And today, you'll have noted that we were graduating students from two faculties, the Faculty of Engineering and the Faculty of Humanity, Arts and Social Sciences. And I'd like to just give you a little bit of a flavour of some of the successes in both of those faculties over the last year to put in context the quality of the education and the quality of the people that have got you to this point. So in engineering, Strathclyde and renewable energy company Statkraft have announced a significant new strategic partnership to develop Scotland's future talent and accelerate the growth of the renewables sector. And this partnership will drive forward the transition to net zero and support local research, innovation, education, skills development and jobs. We're also really proud that Professor Malcolm MacLeod is among more than 70 leading figures in the field of engineering and technology elected by the Royal Academy of Engineering to its fellowship. This professor, who is Chair of Applied Space Technology at Strathclyde, will be formally admitted to the Academy at a special ceremony in London on the 28th of November, when each fellow will sign the roll book. Strathclyde was also awarded funding from the UK Space Agency to develop AI technologies that will enhance space safety and sustainability. And the ultimate goal of the AI for Space Safety and Sustainability project is to set up an international institute on artificial intelligence for space safety and sustainability that will accelerate the development of these technologies from concept at early technology readiness levels to adoption in the space sector. And in the Humanity, Arts and Social Sciences faculty, Dr. Sarah Bernstein in Humanities has been shortlisted for the Booker Prize for her novel Study for Obedience, and the winner will be announced on the 26th of November. And also a coalition which counts the Strathclyde-based One Ocean Hub among its membership has won the UN Human Rights Award. The award for the global coalition of civil society, Indigenous peoples, social movements and local communities for the universal recognition of the rights to a clean, healthy and sustainable environment reflects its critical role in advocating for the international recognition of the human right to a healthy environment by the UN General Assembly. And Professor Eliza Magera in law was named a Fellow of the Royal Society of Edinburgh. These examples are just a small sample of the wide-ranging activity and successes from our university and these two faculties in the last year, and there are many more we could tell you about. So today is a day to look forward to the beginning of a new chapter in your lives as graduates, where you will take the knowledge and skills you have acquired during your time here to pursue and realise your ambitions. As you forge your new careers, the university's values of being people-oriented, innovative, collaborative, ambitious and bold will stand you in good stead. In recent years, the world has been shaken by the coronavirus pandemic, while the cost of living crisis and armed conflict, not least of all the war taking place on our own continent, and the conflict in the Middle East, continue to create uncertainties and division in our world. And of course, we must tackle the enormous climate emergency. But with the skills and talent that you have, and with your education from Strathclyde, and learning from the lesson from our very esteemed Alumna of the Year, you now have all the tools and techniques that you need to move forward boldly and tackle these issues in society. And these challenges all demand solutions. And as graduates of Strathclyde and as future leaders of our society, you have a responsibility to use your talents and your education to make a positive impact on the world. Whether you go on to pursue careers in business, science, engineering, politics or any other field, remember that you have the power to effect change, to inspire others and to shape the course of history. I urge you to never lose sight of the values that have guided you thus far. Integrity, humility, empathy, these are the qualities that will set you apart as you navigate the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. We hope you will continue to demonstrate Strathclyde's socially progressive values and ethos of tolerance, pluralism, and a desire to make a positive difference. I'm confident that you'll do this because you go out into the world equipped with that most valuable asset, knowledge. The Strathclyde degree that you now hold in your hands is your passport to success as you rise to meet the challenges ahead. So it is with immense pride that we see you graduate today. And though you may be leaving us, we hope that you will continue to stay in touch, to let us know how you get on, and to continue to contribute to Strathclyde. In conclusion, I'd like to congratulate you once again on this momentous achievement. The University of Strathclyde has equipped you with the tools you need to thrive in the years ahead, and I have no doubt that you will make us proud. So go forth with confidence, graduates, with purpose, and with the knowledge that you are capable of great things. Thank you. Well, I'm sorry to report I've had the signal that the weather is too bad for us to do an academic procession to the Learning and Teaching building. However, the good news is the reception will still happen there, and once you allow the academic procession to leave the stage, please would all of you join us at our Learning and Teaching building, where you can catch up with friends and family, continue the celebration, and make new friends, and mingle with the staff and colleagues that you know at the university. So I'd now like to declare this ceremony officially closed, and could you please be upstanding?